Okay, now let's start. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
Or
morning.
good evening for you guys in
Yes.
Asia. Anyway, today we have a very special guest. Someone who's different from those that we have interviewed before. All right. Compared to him, all the guests we have interviewed are, should I say, more mature, also known as old. But by comparison, our guest here is, well, I don't even want to mention your age, but he's in his early 30s. He's a true millennial, okay? Unlike us, we are
Baby boomer.
We are
You passed.
I'm not even a boomer. I'm beyond a boomer. Anyway, I'm not a boomer yet, okay? Anyway, so welcome, Aaron.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Well, let's have some fun, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, the way we do this interview is relaxed and, have some fun. None of this sit there and all serious business. And this is a serious business, but we can have some fun doing this business too, okay? Now, to begin with, can you say something about yourself?
About myself. So first of all, it's nice to see you all for the audiences. I know you are from all around the world, from America, from Hong Kong, from Europe. It's good to have this session with you all. My name is Aaron Chan, and I am currently in Nu Skin full-time for 3 years already. And I'm a partner with Jacqueline Zhang. She is a, we call it COE3 right now. And also she's a Team Elite 19, right? So I'm a partner of her. She's my mother, actually. And I myself have been in Nu Skin for 3 years full-time. Is this enough?
No. Not enough.
Yeah.
Tell us something about your educational background.
My education. So I used to study in the USA. I grew up in Hong Kong, but I went to college in USA, right? U of Maryland. I got 2 bachelor degree, both from U of Maryland, and 1 master degree from U of Maryland and 1 master degree from Hong Kong UST. So I got, these are my educational background.
What was your major?
When I went to college, I majored in criminology and economics. And master, I got 1 from U of Maryland in public policy, and 1 from UST, Hong Kong UST, that is in information system management. That is the business major.
That's information system, just more or less like computers, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a degree in the business school. So it's like business management, but in terms of how to manage technologies.
I see. How come you got so many degrees?
Because I'm just so interested in this subject.
Okay.
Right. Just a professional student, sort of.
Yeah, I wish to be a full-time student. But after my graduation, actually, I came back to Hong Kong. I worked in the government for 4.5 years before I joined Nu Skin as a full-time independent distributor.
And what did you do with the government?
I was a police officer. I was in the Hong Kong police force. So yeah, they have lots of things to deal with right now. And I used to be a police inspector. I joined the Hong Kong police force as a probationary inspector, and I advanced to senior inspector after 3 years. And I left the police force as a senior inspector. Yes.
Well, any reason why?
That's the reason. First of all, I should talk about why I joined Nu Skin, right? Because my mother, Jacqueline, she has been in Nu Skin for more than 20 years. So after my graduation, when I came back to Hong Kong, the first thing she spoke to me was told me to join Nu Skin with her. So I guess every Nu Skin parents sort of want their children to get in partnership with them, right? Is that right? No, it's the same thing.
No, we don't want that. No.
Yeah, I guess everyone is different, but for my mother, Jacqueline, yeah, I think like everyone thinks differently, but for my mother, Jacqueline, I think she joined Nu Skin sort of because of her children, because she joined Nu Skin in 1990 4, I think, one of the reasons she joined was because of the international network, right? Many people back then in Hong Kong, they were thinking about migrating to somewhere else. And one of the reasons she joined New Skin was because of the international network. The second reason was she was looking for some career options that can actually pass on to her children. So I think that is the motivation why she talked about partnering with me after my graduation. But actually myself, when I graduated, I kind of want to do things on my own, right? I want to do something that is not related to my family.
Like every kid.
I know,
Yeah.
all the children.
Yeah, every
They
kid kind
go
of
out and strike it out for themselves, you know, they find out what the real world is like.
Yes. So that was what I thought back then. So after graduation, I joined the Hong Kong Police Force, and you know, back then in college, I majored in criminology.
Right.
Because I wanted to join the police force. That was the reason. So after a few years working full time in government, right? Why did I think about joining New Skin was primarily because of my mother. You know, like when we were young, we kind of think about just doing things on ourselves, on our own. And I recognized that my mom was actually approaching an age that I should take some responsibility at home. If I could have the opportunity to partner with her and also to be around her, I thought that would be a good idea. So that's why I joined New Skin back in 2017.
Okay,
that was the primary reason.
You're a good son there, and
yes, I think so.
Yeah, that's
yes,
nice.
we need more sons like that.
Yeah, and I also think growing up in a New Skin family, so to speak, I really appreciate everything we get from New Skin, right? Because my mom joined New Skin in 1993, and she did really well in New Skin thanks to good uplines and Pat and Margaret, definitely. And the thing I see New Skin is I appreciate not only the good business opportunity, right? It's about the culture at home. Also, it's about the product as well, because when I was a little boy, I had asthma. So one of the user experience myself before I joined New Skin full time was Jungamo, right? And also the Marine Omega. But let alone the product and also the company in terms of the business opportunity, right? I really appreciate the culture we have, the New Skin culture we have at home. And that's why when I came to a decision whether or not to partner with my mother in this business, right? I think without New Skin, our family would have a different kind of destiny, right? And I think at this point of time, it's a really valuable business opportunity that we should share with people around me. That is one of the kind of mission that I have right now as a New Skin distributor.
Well, good for you. That's a good mission.
Yeah, that's
helping more people. Yeah. Well, now, since your mom started this business, you mind telling us how she did it? You were in the background observing, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think that would be interesting to talk about too. So my mother, when she was in New Skin back 20 years ago, she's so dedicated into New Skin as a leader. So she actually spent very little time at home. But the thing is, she has always been a role model in my heart, because we know that actually everything she did in New Skin was about family. Perhaps not only about the family, our family, right? It's about families of other distributors as well. But the thing is, every time when she came back to home, she brings back a lot of values from New Skin, from the way she partner with others. And sometimes she invited me to the event, some training event, some of the team event, very early on when I was a child. I think it's just an atmosphere that we observe how our parents do in terms of how she gets along with people and how she treats her partners. So I think there's a lot of teaching in terms of observing her doing New Skin. Of course, we can get into details if that is relevant. But the thing I see her doing New Skin from that point up till now, I'm always learning from her. She's one of my one of the biggest role model in my life, I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
Good.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, now let me see. I guess now you're in New Skin full time, right? Taking care
Yeah.
of the whole organization now. Your mom is pretty much retired.
Yeah, my mom is not fully retired. She still participates in some of the event, but I'm
Yeah.
taking a bigger role in terms of interacting with the
Yeah.
more senior, more experienced leaders.
Right.
I myself also run a training center in Causeway Bay, and I also engage in the market. I also recruit people. I also talk to prospect. I also support new business partners. So that is a bigger part what I do every day. Of course, part of my daily job, I also interact with other leaders in the team as well. I also learn from them, of course. But at the same time, I focus. My main task is to do those basic distributors kind of task myself, like engaging new users, engaging new business partners, engaging new prospect. That is what I do mainly every day.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, now, since you're a millennial, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
You're still recruiting people, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you get rejections?
Yes, of course. Yes. I get rejected a lot, I think. Yeah, especially at the beginning when I first joined New Skin 3 years ago, right? Like everything, like even I observed my mother conducting New Skin business for many years, right? It was the first time I actually did it myself when I began New Skin. So I think I think every distributor would think the same, right? Rejection. If you see it as rejection, right? It happens so frequently. Sometimes I just think it's not rejection anymore. It's just a process, right? Yeah, I got rejected quite a lot. Yes, if that is the question.
You feel bad? Do you feel bad too? And how do you recover? As
at the beginning, I actually yes.
Yeah, go
at
ahead.
the beginning, I think I had feelings about being rejected or being turned down, but right now I think I don't see rejection as rejection anymore. I think at this point, because I think there's a lot of follow-up work to do, right, in New Skin. Sometimes an initial response, if you ask me to describe it, I would not describe it as rejection. Maybe some people will see it as rejection. I would see it as a initial response, right? I think there's a lot of follow-up work to do after an initial response. So sometimes when a person responded not as we would have expected, right, I would still follow up anyways, and I would still. I think it's just a process right now, and we have a contact list to follow, right? So I think it's just when we face rejection of one person, right, it's okay. I just move on to the next person, and I try to follow up with the people who have more interest in the business with me. That is sort of my mentality right now. It's just part of the process. That's what I think.
Precisely. Don't give up because you got one rejection.
Yeah.
And when it's not the end of the world, you get rejected. Then it only means that you need to recycle and give them some more information, or maybe timing is not right for them. Later on, you will come back to them, talk to them again. They may change their minds.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, now, you are a millennial.
Yes.
How would you advise other millennials? Because for us to talk to a millennial, they say, yeah, you guys are old. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, talking about millennials, right? Millennials, because most of my friends are millennials, so I kind of don't separate them from other business partners, because I think everyone is the same, but because maybe they are at different stage in their life in terms of their age, so maybe they care about something else. Maybe that's a situation. So when I talk to my friends, right, maybe one of the people, or I mean one of the circumstances around the people at my age right now, especially in Hong Kong right now, like in Hong Kong, many youngsters, they think about maybe they need better opportunities than the opportunities they have right now in the traditional kind of environment. I don't think it's only in Hong Kong anymore, maybe in USA as well. Like youngsters, they want to have better opportunities. They want to have more flexibility. So from my point of view, I see millennials just same as any other person. I think everyone would love more income, more business opportunity, more flexibility. I think everyone at different ages would think similarly, but maybe the way they express it would be a little bit different, right? Or maybe the family burden they have back home due to their age or due to their status might be a little bit different. But no one will say no to flexibility. No one will say no to better income, a better freedom in terms of time, in terms of their career path. So the way I talk to millennials or talk to people around me, right, I would see what kind of wants they have first and presenting philosophy or new skin. Because of course, on one hand, we talk about the good products, right? But on the other hand, we also want to recruit business partners. I think nowadays when people talk about flexibility, right, new skin, in the past, when I learned from my mother, right, we know that for new skin career, it's about full dedication. It's about being serious about it, being dedicated to it. I think the same, but people around us, some people start off as a sharer, right? And people start off as maybe they just want to have the building bonus and they think about being qualified, that's it. And some people like us, we're thinking about this is a lifelong career. We want to have a kind of like a limit, a career without limit sort of mentality, right? So we are looking at becoming a leadership ourselves and growing in teams of leadership. That's what we want, right? But right now, when we talk about philosophy or we talk about millennials or we talk about values in society right now, I think people would value a kind of flexibility that we are actually embracing different kinds of people around us in terms of users, in terms of casual sharers, in terms of business builders who want to have the building bonus, but they are not necessarily thinking about having big teams. And for people who are like us, we think about having a career without limit. We are thinking about having a career path that is more in our control in terms of being controlled by our traditional job kind of superiors or from our company, right? In New Skin, we have that sort of freedom. We can take control of our career. So I think flexibility is one of the value we would talk quite oftenly about. Yes.
Yes, precisely. And also, I think a lot of millennials, at least I've been told, they would like to have some impact in the world, right? You share that view too?
Impact to the world. I think, yes, I think so. Today, when we talk about New Skin opportunity, right? Of course, it's a business. We will present it as a business opportunity. But one of the reasons we are so committed to a lifelong career with New Skin, right? It's not only about the business returns. It's not only about the good products. It's about the company culture. It's also about the team culture. It's kind of the mentality that is in distributors. So I think nowadays, when we talk about business opportunities, I think there are plenty of options in terms of careers, but why New Skin? One of the reasons, if we share the same kind of values, right? I think one thing is about force for good, right? If we talk about, if this is only a part-time income sort of mentality, right? Maybe anything we do, like people do Uber or like many kind of, we call it what? Gig economy, right?
Gig economy.
But in New Skin, when we talk about, of course, this can be seen as a gig economy as well. But when we talk about lifelong career, when we talk about building leadership, when we talk about sharing a common goal within a team, right? I think a company's culture has a lot to do with this. So making an impact, that is one of the focus of many youngsters right now. I think including myself, to be honest, like maybe because the people of my age, when we talk about choosing a career, right? Because our generation is kind of, in terms of resources, is kind of abundant in our generation right now. Like people don't have to worry about, at least people at my age, I don't think they have to worry about food, at least in Hong Kong, so to speak. They don't have to worry about food. They don't have to worry about having a place to live. Maybe they want to buy their own home, but that's a different thing, right? So I think people at our age growing up in such manner, right? We think about values. We think about, yes, I want to have something that gives us a lot of income, but at the same time, we want to have something that we have a similar sort of like value system. So I think in Nu Skin, we are so comfortable partnering with our upline, partnering with our teams, is because we are all in Nu Skin believing in force for good, right? So of course, like there's a lot of things to talk about when we talk about force for good, but should I go into the details or should we elaborate? I'll see what you think.
Well, no, it depends. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
You see, in Nu Skin,
Yes.
it's been said that we are helping others.
Yes.
Right. So I think that's part of the impact you have on other people's lives too.
Yes.
For example, if your mom did not come into Nu Skin,
yes,
you have a different life.
Yes, of course.
Definitely. And that's almost true with almost everybody in the organization.
Yes.
Because of your involvement in Nu Skin, you're improving the lives of many, many people, not just this generation. That's why I was interested in talking to you, because you are, so to speak, the second generation of Nu Skin.
Yes.
Right? So
yes.
just like your upline, Kristen.
Yes.
And Eric Moy.
Kristen and Eric Moy, she finally realized that, hey, I'm not only changed, my mom not only changed my life, but also our children's lives. And then she look at it again, so hey, how about everybody in the organization? Everybody's lives in the organizations have been changed because of Nu Skin.
Right.
Definitely, it has changed our lives.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it happens to you. It happened to you too.
Right.
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 Yeah. So in essence, what we are doing here is changing other people's lives for good. Okay.
Right.
That would be a significant impact if you look at it. That's something that everybody's doing without really realizing it.
Yes, in fact. I think like one thing we love about Nu Skin, I always say to people, like in retrospective, joining Nu Skin, being dedicated to Nu Skin career is one of the biggest, best decisions I've made in my life. I enjoy sharing Nu Skin with anyone in terms of product, in terms of business opportunities. I always enjoy doing Nu Skin. But the thing about Nu Skin is, I used to work in the government, right? When we work in the traditional kind of industries, we cannot partner with everyone, right? We only partner with the people who know our industry. We partner with the expert. In Nu Skin, the exciting thing about Nu Skin is we can talk to anyone, literally anyone, about Nu Skin opportunity. They might be the people who have the same kind of mentality as we do, and they can be people who need this opportunity. And the thing about Nu Skin is we can talk to anyone about a business opportunity. We can talk to anyone about the business products, right? Because think about the products, the supplements, the skincare products. Who doesn't use supplements? Who doesn't use skincare products, right? Especially people talk about in COVID-19, right? We have a kind of like a economy kind of downturn. But think about in this kind of situation, right? People still care about their health, especially in COVID-19, right? People still
more.
Exactly. People think about getting their facial treatment done, but in Hong Kong, all the beauty centers have been closed for 14 days, right? So the thing I see Nu Skin products, right? Today, even in an economy like this, we are still actively talking about the products with everyone around us because there is a demand regardless of the economic situation. And we can even talk to anyone about the business opportunities. So I think that is the exciting part because in the past, I work in the government, right? Government, a public position is a very localized kind of job. Like you talk to certain people, you work with certain people, and you only stay in that locality. So why am I so excited about Nu Skin? Because it's a truly business you can partner with anyone, and it is also an international opportunity, right? You can go anywhere, especially in a Zoom meeting like this, right? We are actually communicating, we are talking to anyone in any part of this world. So I think it's very exciting. Like the infrastructure, the business infrastructure in terms of signing up, in terms of ordering, in terms of conducting the transaction, in terms of logistics, right? Everything has been prepared by the Nu Skin company already. The only thing we need to do is to communicate with people. So I think Nu Skin is very exciting in terms of the international kind of potential, and also the way we can speak to anyone about the business and the products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that brings me to, so Hong Kong has a very special situation.
Yeah.
I still remember, well, when we came to Hong Kong in January, we were told that we were lucky we got to the hotel earlier. There was a demonstration 20 minutes before we arrived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Demonstration. Yeah.
And now you have COVID-19.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's rather unusual, if you look at the circumstances, that
Yes.
you guys are still doing business,
Yeah.
thriving for that matter. Not just, oh, if you look at regular business, if you open a store, when you're rioting outside, or you've been told to close up shop to avoid the virus, you're done. Your business is, you know.
That's it. That's the end. And all the employees got to let go.
All the employees are hurting. The employer is hurting.
Right,
People say, "Oh, when this is over, I can go back to have a job." Oh yeah, where's that job? That job may not be there anymore. Your boss may not have a job.
Right. So I think people, I think it's not only in Hong Kong right now. Like when you look at Europe, or like even USA, the numbers are going up. So like in terms of business opportunity, I think people are looking for new kind of opportunities and new kind of challenge. I think Nu Skin is definitely now is a time to really go into the market and share this business opportunity with anyone around us, because even the business owners, they are worried about this situation right now. How about after 6 months? How about after 12 months? No one know about this because there's so many uncertainties, right? And even for the employees, right? In the past, like half a year ago, like people love to work for someone else because they think that it's more secure, right? I think it's safer job to have. But today in COVID-19, like in Hong Kong, for example, like people in the hotel industry, in the F&B industry, in the tourism industry, like there's so many insecurities right now in terms of what next, in terms of even they have a job, right? When will the manpower be cut? They have no idea. So I think even like people who look for, who had a false sense of security back then when they have an employment, right? They have to rethink. So now this is a good time when we talk about business opportunity to business owners, to employees. Now is a good time to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, we do have a line of excellent products.
Yes.
You see, that's another thing.
Yes.
You know, our products are being consumed every day.
Yes.
And they're for both men and women, even for little kids for that matter.
Yes.
And Nu Skin has always come up with innovative products.
Yes.
And well, we'll launch something new later on this year, for example.
Yeah.
Well, you have the Boost, right?
The Boost, yeah.
But existing products, there's so many, what should I say, very good, effective products that you see results when you use them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And along the product line now, what is your favorite product?
TR90, definitely TR90.
Come on, you need TR90?
Yes, I do. Yeah, like now I'm on TR90 right now. I'm on TR90. This is my 34th day using TR90. I'm using TR90 right now, and you kind of, I think you can relate to it because why? Because in COVID-19, everyone is staying home. Like the gym are all closed in Hong Kong. Like no gym can be open in Hong Kong. So I have not been to a workout session for since January. So
wow.
when I stepped on the electronic scale, right, I was scared. So that's why now I'm on TR90 again. And this is my second time using TR90. Back then, when I used my first set of TR90, it was like 2018. It was my first set of TR90. And I cut my body weight for 5 kilo and also by 5% in terms of body fat rate. So now I'm doing my second set, and the contrary is this time I'm not doing a lot of exercise because of the gym membership. Everything is closed down. But let me tell you, in these 30 days, I'm still making progress. I've cut my body weight by 2 kilos already. And also I have cut my body fat by 2%. And this is my first month. I just complete my first month. And I have 2 months to go, about 2 months to go. And I'm very excited. I'm sure that I will increase my workout session in this coming 2 months. I will make a bigger progress than the last time I used TL90. But definitely TL90 is one of my favorite product. And one of my friends is doing TL90 with me right now. He said to me, because in this few months, right, I asked him, does the gym membership, because the gym was closed since 1 month ago. So I asked him, because he was in the second month of his TL90, right? I asked him, so because without the workout, are you making progress in terms of TL90? And he was so happy about this, because in this month without exercising, he didn't gain any weight. He didn't gain any weight. He didn't make much progress beyond that, but he didn't gain any weight. But he was so happy about it because at least it didn't bounce back. And I say, you should make some progress, right? Because at the end of 90 days, your result in TL90 would be a good story to share with the users around you. It's not only about yourself, right? It's about people around you as well. So it's good to demonstrate good result. But let that alone. I myself, I love TL90 a lot. I think it's a good product to share. It's safe to use, right? There are lots of different kind of weight management programs, products in the market. But why we love TL90 is a totally safe product to use. Think about we always talk about PDR, right? Can you imagine that a weight management program actually listed in PDR? That means the physicians in USA can actually recommend these products to their patients if they want to. So that tells us something about the safety, right? So I think that's one of the favorite products for myself. Yeah.
Ooh,
Great.
okay.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
About this business. You use the products. You really, what should I say? Appreciate the value of the products,
Yes.
and then you can share these products with others, and then share the opportunity behind the products too. You know, that's our philosophy anyway.
Yeah, yes.
And
We have the same kind of thinking.
yeah, that's very good. Very good.
Yes.
Now, okay. Now, I'm sure people have asked you. You work with your mom for a while, right?
Yes.
And do people think, oh, Aaron got here because of his mom?
Yes, I think that's kind of the reality, right? I actually, yeah, I think that's a real statement as well. But
Yeah, that's a matter of fact,
right?
Yes.
People are skeptical about, okay, so if you conduct, like if Aaron conducts training, if is it valuable or is it relevant? So I think like that's reality. Like our partners would definitely think about that, right? So one of my focus in Nu Skin, right, in terms of interacting with business partners and in terms of conducting training, right? Of course, if that interactions are mutually beneficial, right, we are committed, fully committed, 100% supporting anyone who need our support. But at the same time, I put more of my energy in terms of getting into the market, in terms of recruiting new prospect, in terms of getting in touch with new users. I think that is more important because I think for any business partner in our organizations, right? Of course, if we have our own teams, right, we will focus on supporting people. But at the same time, for me, I treat myself more like a new business builder because in terms of experience, in terms of making impact, right? The new teams are more, I would think that is more important for myself because if I want to provide some good input and relevant input, valuable input, I think myself, I have to get into the market. And that is one of the biggest focus for myself. So I still do this every day. And I dedicate more of my energy on expanding new market instead of just staying in the comfort zone. So that is my kind of thinking. And in fact, like the good thing about this business network, right, in terms of Nu Skin, right, the good thing is experienced leaders, they have their own kind of capability, kind of leadership. And actually, I learned a lot from them as well. And I don't think it's about upline supporting downline. It's about like a good kind of atmosphere. It's a good team interaction. So it doesn't matter like whether or not I'm actually like I have 20 years like my mom, it like kind of experience. I don't think it matters that much. It's about a good kind of interaction. It's a good chemistry. Also myself, I'm in the market doing the kind of work like every distributor would do, right? I think that is more important, like from my point of view. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. I have to say that you've been here in New Zealand for a relatively short period of 3 years.
3 years.
And you are like a much more experienced distributor.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Very good.
Very good.
We're proud.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good to have you in our group,
Yeah.
Aaron.
I learned so much from you all. Thanks.
Wait a minute. If you ask my sons, no.
Yeah. Partnering with sons and daughters are difficult sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I'm thinking from my mom's perspective. Yeah. Sometimes it's not easy. Yes.
It take a while. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what do you see in the future of Nu Skin?
About the future. First of all, the most immediate future is about the ageLOC booths, right? It's definitely when you talk about the beauty device platform, we have such an excellent track record. I think this breakthrough device is going to be another market record for Nu Skin. So the most immediate kind of future, right, I look at ageLOC booths, of course. And I'm also very excited about GrowViv. Is it how you pronounce the word GrowViv, right? About the CEA, agriculture. Maybe when we talk about GrowViv, right, it's not directly we see the changes in terms of product line, in terms of the commission kind of mechanism, right? It's more like a back end kind of investment, right, for Nu Skin. But why I emphasize on the importance of GrowViv is because it's a long-term investment, right? In terms of it's like vertical integration, right? It's a long-term investment. It's going to pay off after a few while. But the fact that Nu Skin is investing on this aspect, right? It tells us that Nu Skin is a company thinking ahead in terms of 10 years, 20 years. So why is it relevant? Because when we talk about building a business network in Nu Skin, right? We are not talking about short term. We are talking about building a network that can pay off even after 20 years when we actually facing retirement, we are still having the business network in Nu Skin, right? So the fact that Nu Skin is investing in GrowViv is telling us that Nu Skin has a long-term plan. They are a business who is focusing on long-term in terms of short-term. So that's very important. But of course, like GrowViv is going to put a good assurance in terms of product quality, in terms of controlling ingredients, prices, costs. So that has a lot of market factors too in terms of like its benefits. But at the same time, I think the long-term perspective is something that I'm more resonant about. So also in terms of international market, in the whole world right now, 54 countries have Nu Skin presence, right? It's exciting. But at the same time, I'm also looking at countries that haven't had Nu Skin yet, because that would mean on one day, there would be a new market open up in Nu Skin. So of course, like currently I'm in Hong Kong, right? One of the biggest Asian country that has not been opened up yet. I'm looking of course, is India. Of course, there's so far we haven't received any information in terms of timeline where this market will be opened up, right? But at the same time, when I'm looking up ahead in terms of my career in Nu Skin, I will look at the international arena as well. So we are looking forward to countries that will open up in the future.
Very good. Yeah. Yes. Well, if you look at it that way, internationally, there are plenty of opportunities open, even within the existing markets. You know, there are plenty of growth there.
Right.
Like I said, like you said, we don't know when India or other countries will open, but you can work within the existing markets. They'll keep you busy for a long time.
Yeah,
that's right.
Indians in Hong Kong, and then maybe in your group you find some Indian in Hong Kong that wants to be the first blue diamond.
Yes, in fact, there are lots of. I think all around the world we have this group of prospect waiting for us to talk about a business opportunity, talk about products. So yeah, we are looking up ahead. And definitely with this kind of technologies, with Zoom, and especially with the e-commerce infrastructure constructed by Nu Skin right now, I think even within the countries, within the network right now, we have a lot to do. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, actually, Hong Kong is in a very unique position. It's very cosmopolitan. You know, you have so many people coming to Hong Kong, staying there, and then finally going home. So if you introduce them to business while they're in Hong Kong, they can bring the business back to the home country, and that's what you get your international connection.
Yes.
Right. So in that sense, Hong Kong is very good for this kind of business.
Right. And I think being in the locality gives us a lot of advantage as well. So I myself, I also focus a lot in the local market, but with Zoom or with this kind of international infrastructure, right, the potential is without limit, because even our first generation kind of network, right, are all in our locality. But who knows, maybe your next generation, your third generation, or fourth generation can involve people in other countries already. So I think don't let imagination, right? Don't limit, don't build a fence, a frame around your imagination, because there's so much potential in terms of international market, in terms of Nu Skin business.
Right. Don't put yourself in a box.
Yes, yes, that's what I want to say. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anything?
Yeah, I think someone asked you that as your business partner, coach your business partner, then how do you do these people who are older than you?
Okay. Yes. We kind of talk about this, but yeah, it's interesting, right? I think like working with people at different age, especially in Nu Skin, in this team, right? We are sometimes we are working with people who are more experienced and more like in terms of their achievement and status. Maybe they have a lot of to offer in Nu Skin, right? So I really think, just get back to my earlier answer, right? I see myself as a new business builder. So I just do every basic stuff I should do. At the same time, when we interact with other business partners, like the leaders, I think it's about the chemistry. I'm very happy to learn from this experience and higher leaders, right? But at the same time, if the chemistry is right, I think we can be constructive as a team. So I won't say I don't think I am coaching them. No, so I think the question mentioned the word coaching, right? So I think like for people who are more senior and more experienced than me, right? We are more like a peer-to-peer partnership now, because it's special, right? Because maybe in the past, right, Jacqueline, my mother was these leaders upline. But when I actually start partnering with them, right, actually I see myself as a more like a peer. And at the same time, my coaching should be to the people. The brand should be the brand new business partners, should be the brand new users, sharers. Those are the people I should use the term coach. But for the business partners who are actually I run a business, I run a training center in Costa Rica right now. And in our center, we have different kind of leaders. We have leaders who are more senior than me and who are more experienced in terms of techniques and in terms of their attitude. They are excellent in Nu Skin, right? So I don't think we use the word coach in between me and them. I think we are more like a strong, close relationship kind of partnership. We are like comrades. We are fighting on the market, side to side. So we wish to have a good, robust kind of atmosphere that everyone can benefit in this team kind of setting, right? So it's how I see partnership with these leaders. If we use the term coach, I think that only applies to the people, the new prospect, the new business partners, and new users who are actually starting to recruit and actually get involved. So,
excellent point. Yeah. Well, now, okay. What is so satisfying about your involvement in Nu Skin?
Yeah, many things. Of course, if you're talking about career potential, talking about financial reward, of course that is attractive. That's why we choose this as a business career, right? But besides that, I think to me, right, there are many things. First of all, we kind of talk about we can partner with anyone. And in the traditional job sector, partnership is a very, how do you say it's not a common thing, because you only can partner with certain people in your kind of expertise, in your atmosphere, in your locality. But in Nu Skin, you can partner with anyone. And the special thing about Nu Skin, right? When we talk about in this COVID-19 situation, right, people are looking for business opportunity. Some people, they were used to be employed by someone else. Now they are thinking about maybe they should do something on their own. I mean, COVID-19 generally. So if I ask you, one person, if he or she has to start a new business, okay, let's say food and beverage, or let's say opening a store, a retail store in the street, how can they learn how to conduct this business? So probably they have to ask someone already in the industry, right? If you want to start a restaurant, ask someone in the restaurant who is a restaurant owner. You can get some experience from them. But think about traditional kind of business atmosphere. If you ask some other owners on how to conduct this business, right? Do you think they will genuinely be happy to teach you, like in traditional work sector, right? The answer, of course, is no, because they are competitors, right? If you ask someone in your industry, probably they are your competitors. I mean, traditionally, in traditional kind of work environment. In Nu Skin, we have an atmosphere. We can actually trust our upline, right? We can trust the teams we work with, because in this atmosphere, in this incentive system, if you can succeed, right, your upline will also succeed. So our goal, our only goal actually is to help people succeed. Only by helping people succeed, we can succeed ourselves. So by having such a business platform, any new business builders, right, they can get experience, they can get insight from their teams, from their upline immediately. So I think that is one thing very special about Nu Skin, because we can trust each other, we can trust people around us, we can trust our upline, we can trust our team. I think this is a very special thing about Nu Skin, because if we go back to traditional job sector, I don't think trust is an easy thing to talk about.
That's right.
Because people are not incentivized, right? But in Nu Skin, people are incentivized to support each other, to help each other. So I think that is the kind of team spirit, that kind is the sort of work environment I enjoy most. So there's one thing. And another kind of takeaway from Nu Skin for myself is, because I'm a second generation business builder, before I joined Nu Skin, I did not really understand a lot my mother has gone through, right? So I think in Nu Skin, one thing I really treasure most is I can actually walk the path she had walked before, and truly understand what she had gone through for the family, for her business partners, for her teams, right? I think that is an extra bonus for me, for myself. So yeah, for all these reasons, I think, but this is not relevant to everyone, but the point I want to make is, this is an atmosphere. People are truly, we can trust each other, we can love each other, and we can support each other and make people be successful in this business, in terms of financial rewards, in terms of their family, in terms of their own personal future. We can succeed together. That's the whole point I want to make. Yeah.
Okay. Very good, Aaron. Couldn't have put it better than that myself.
Yeah, that's very good.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, we as parents,
Yeah, yes. Well, he is our great grandson.
I know, but I'm saying for someday our kids.
Yeah, grandparents. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. Well, originally we had planned on half an hour or so. Yes. Talk. How many? How
9:50.
long?
It's 9:50.
Yeah, it's almost an hour. Well, there's some questions. You mind answering some of these questions?
Yes.
Okay. You don't mind. I can't read that far away.
Okay. Well, they're saying that you are testimony proof that through the business we can leave a legacy to our children. So I think lots of parents are looking at it and say, "Wow, okay, now we know what the future is." This look good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, some people say, "Oh, we're really proud of you, Aaron."
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess their pickup is endless follow-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, these are.
Well, these are not those questions are not really relevant anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Okay. So, well, I don't know about you, Aaron. I really enjoyed your talk. Okay. You should come back and talk to our group more often.
I enjoyed this session a lot too. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to talk to you all.
No, seriously. And, well.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you. Maybe is it international convention this year?
No,
no,
the
it's
US regional convention.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next
year.
Oh, there's 4 new messages. Hold on. Somebody has a question now, possibly. Oh, they are thanking you. They're thanking you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you'll be well known internationally, Aaron.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity to give my insight and to share with you all.
No, thank you, you know, for your sharing. I mean, it's excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
By all measures, this is very good for new people, more mature people, everybody.
Yeah. For those of us who are looking at that for the future, you know, let's have our children involved. And then for the young people that come in that take a look, you know, you can do it, you can learn it, right? If you decided that you want to be involved, you could come, start anywhere you want it, and then be able to learn it step by step and be able to have your own, you know, not just your parents already build up this, but you have also your own group and you grow maturely. You mature very fast. I have to say I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud.
Thank you. It's good to know that.
So, well, before we wrap all this up, any words of wisdom for the newcomers?
I think just 2 things I want to mention. One is trust the people around you in Nu Skin, trust your upline, trust your team, and also have confidence. That is the confidence in yourself. You can do it. So that's it from me.
Okay. Well, okay. You very good, Aaron. Very good. Really, this is a good interview, and good thing I recorded it. So we'll send it out to our group to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Sure.
All right.
So you're gonna stop the recording.
Yeah. Okay. So
we're
now
gonna stop recording first. So thank you, everyone. Okay. Huh? No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I am stop. Okay.